Watch me dance, dance the night away. My heart could be burning, but you won't see it on my face. Wait, what the fuck? It's recording? Yo, let's get to the settings. What the fuck? Week 2 of the beta is officially here, and I'm going to show you guys the best settings for PC. Console players also copied down all the settings I use for the controller settings, but for the graphic settings, it's PC. Alright, first thing you want to do with the controller settings is turn vibration off. And then right here, it's really important, you got to mess with your dead zones. I turned the left trigger and the right trigger to 0 so I can instantly aim in and shoot, like instant response. The right stick min and the left stick min is entirely up to you. It's all about how much stick drift your controller has. So tweak within, and this graph on the right will show you guys if you have drift or not. After that, we're going to head over to the aiming settings. I recommend playing this here on 6.6, but anywhere between 5 to 8 is pretty decent. You want to come down here to aim response curve type, and you want to use dynamic. Every single pro player, YouTuber, everybody on the planet uses dynamic. It's just better. Make sure you have aim assist on. I haven't tried Black Ops this year, but for now, default's pretty good. And turn off motion sensor behavior. I'm pretty sure this is already turned off, but turn it off. So for automatic tac sprint, I actually have it off. I know a lot of people love to run, but I actually recommend that you don't have it on. Instead, turn on single tap run. It allows you to still walk around, you know, so you can get the fucking jump on players, and then when you single tap, you run. So that's how it goes. Now for your grounded mantle, you want to have this off. You want to turn the automatic airborne mantle to partial, and then automatic ground mantle to off. Alright, this is the big setting that you have to change from last year. So everybody was using inverted from invert, slide, and dive behavior from last year, MW2. But this year, keep it on standard because slide canceling is back. So if you don't know how to slide cancel, it's really easy. You just slide and then click jump right after, and then it'll cancel. There's no underwater maps yet, but I'm using free because that's what I used last year. Honestly, I don't really mess around with the combat behaviors, but if you want to copy what I got, just copy it down. Alright, so for display settings, just choose whatever display monitor you're using. Of course, don't be a fucking dumbass. And then for your refresh rate, choose the highest that your monitor has, because also, again, don't be a dumbass. For custom frame rate limit, I'll leave it on default or whatever it is for you guys, but just copy down these settings. I don't think you need more than 60 FPS in the menus. And then for NVIDIA low latency, honestly, it's kind of a nerdy setting. I don't really know, but everybody uses on plus boost, so that's what I use and that's what I recommend. So for quality settings, I use NVIDIA DLSS to get more frames. Most people just have this on off and then they use fucking Filmic SMA whatever, but that's not me. I use fucking NVIDIA. VRAM skill target is on 90, and then for details and textures, I'm prioritizing frames over quality, alright? So if you want your game to look better, don't copy the settings, but if you don't have the highest amount of frames, copy this shit now! Alright, here we go. Very low, normal, off, low, low, on, low, off, low. Then for the shadow settings, I go low, off, low. These settings will make your game look better, but it's going to impact your FPS. And then for the environment settings, you want to copy these down as well. Off, min, low, off, low. And then for the water quality, you want to go with the second one, water caustics or whatever the fuck it says, water couscous. Alright, these settings matter a lot for view. Anything between 100 and 105 is what people normally use. I go 100. ADS field of view, I use affected, and then these two I use on default. Some people like to use wide on their weapon field of view. It's all personal preference on that one. Now make sure motion blur is off for both of these because you don't want your game looking like a fucking movie. You want your game looking like a game. You don't want motion blur. Turn your film grain all the way down. Use least for your first person camera movement, and then these don't matter right here. Actually, if you turn on inverted flashbang, when you get flashed, it'll be black rather than white, so you won't go fucking blind in the eyes. Now the only other setting I recommend is going to your color customization, go to your enemies, and then turn the saturation and the brightness up all the way on the red so you can see people's name tags and, you know, dots on their head way better. I also recommend turning on your server latency so you always know what ping you're at. Ping is really important in a game like Call of Duty. You can also have your FPS counter on. I do because I'm a nerd, but it really doesn't matter. And to end the video, just remember guys, the Striker and the Rival 9 are the only usable SMGs, and then for assault rifles, you gotta go with the MCW. Those are the best guns in the fucking game! All in all, just copy my settings. You're gonna get higher frames. I think my controller settings are pretty decent, so you'll be able to shoot a little fucking straighter. Don't use DS4 on this game. It just feels fucking weird and clunky. I love you guys. Peace out. Aren't you ready? Yes, that for you. It's not sweet like candy.